to something else, which is usually, as a caregiver, that's saying no to yourself, to doing something for yourself and taking care of yourself. And you know what? I don't have any more no to me left because I've been a caregiver for 3 years now. You get used to what your life is, but sometimes you have those moments where you're like, how someone else looking into your life sees it. And then you go, oh, geez. I mean.
Welcome to Aging in Style with Lori Williams, the podcast all about finding the silver lining no matter what life throws your way. I'm Lori Williams, an award-winning senior living expert, author, educator, and caregiver to my husband, Mark. Join me as I share insights, tips, and personal stories to help you navigate the world of senior housing, discover ways to pay for care, advocate for your loved ones, and most importantly, learn how to thrive, not just survive, as you age.
Hi, welcome to Aging in Style. It is a brand new year, 2026. We've just rung in this great new year, and I love the new year. I don't know. I make all the resolutions and all the things, even though I know I'm probably not going to keep them, like not eating chocolate. But we'll see. But, like many people, I like to pick a word for the year to kind of set the tone. So every January, I do that. I pick out a word. I picked my word out this time. Like in October, my word came to me. And usually my word is like joy, find peace, abundance. Last year it was bold, be bold, which I thought was a great word. All beautiful Pinterest words that look good on a mug. So, all those things. Well, this year, my word's a little bit different. My word is powerful. And I think it's a great word for caregivers. And, it just kind of showed up. It just popped into my head one day. I wasn't meditating or journaling or all the things that, and I'm not making fun of it because you know what? I do all these things. But my word came to me in October, and it was after a kind of unfortunate experience. And I just realized, girl, you are so busy. You are taking on more than you should. You are a caregiver to your husband. You are running a full-time business. You have no business just running around out here volunteering for this and that. So, are y'all ready to hear my word? My word is no. N-O. Nope. Nada. Not happening. Absolutely not. Bless your heart, but hell no. All versions of no are accepted. If you think of any others, please do share with me. But that is my word. And here is the deal. As caregivers, whether you are personally like in the home taking care of your spouse or a parent, or you are taking care of an aging parent who's in assisted living, because listen, you're still doing a lot of work. Even if they're in assisted living or memory care, you still are a caregiver. So many of us are just smack dab in the middle of the sandwich generation. And a lot of people, especially people who are caregivers, we have a problem with boundaries. And we say yes to everything. And I am talking about myself. And I know a bunch of you out there are just like me. So we are the people who say, yes, I'll volunteer to be on the PTA. Yes, I'll organize that event. Yes, I'll bake cupcakes for the Christmas party. Yes, I will sit on that committee. Yes, I'll pick him up, drop her off, run that errand for you. Yes, I'll take that phone call at 9 p.m. at night, even though I am dead tired and just want to snuggle in my bed and watch Netflix. So why? Why are we like this? And it's because we are by nature, we're helpers and probably pleasers as well. We're fixers. We don't want to let people down. I never want to let anyone down. I want to be there for people and help them. I do love volunteering and doing fundraisers. I love to be there to help, like Meals on Wheels. I love helping them when they have a need for, say, their senior paws, they need dog food. Yes, I'm going to go buy some dog food. Yes, I'm going to help run a drive for it. I mean, I love doing that, but we can get to a point, and I got to that point in October where I was just doing too much, and my body told me, and I got pneumonia that would not go away. Like ridiculous, like 4 rounds of antibiotics and stuck in bed, which is not for me. I mean, I'm a kind of like, on the go kind of a girl. But it was a good wake up call because, like every time you say yes to doing something because you have no boundaries, you're automatically saying no to something else, which is usually, as a caregiver, that's saying no to yourself, to doing something for yourself and taking care of yourself. And you know what? I don't have any more no to me left because I've been a caregiver for 3 years now. You get used to what your life is, but sometimes you have those moments where you're like, how someone else looking into your life sees it. And then you go, oh, geez, I mean, that's a lot. You got to take care of yourself. And so that is why 2026 is the year of no. But I'm saying it with love and with grace and with no guilt at all. Maybe a smidgen sometimes, but I'm just going to squish that down because I'm not going to have guilt. So saying no is a boundary. It is not a personality flaw. So some people don't like boundaries, and maybe you say no and now you're not a team player because you always said yes. You always said you'd organize this. And now what? Are you kidding me? Are you saying no? Or you used to always do this, or come on, just help us out. It'll only take a minute. Nothing takes a minute in life. The only thing that truly takes a minute is saying no. No, thank you. It's another version of my no. I did use that one, side note, on my daughter. No, thank you. And I said it so many times. She said, would you please stop saying that? It is annoying. It's so annoying. So now she's just getting no. So you got to do what you got to do, y'all. I mean, sometimes people just, to be honest, they don't appreciate your yeses and all of your time. And that's why you have to have boundaries. I mean, to protect your sanity and your time and your health. That is a big one. And caregivers, oh my goodness, all you caregivers, listen to me. We need boundaries more than the average person because we are already maxed out. We're dealing with trauma, medical crisis, emotional overload, decision fatigue, all of that, like constantly. We don't have the luxury of extra bandwidth. And we're basically running, I speak for myself here, running a household, a medical unit, a therapy center, a scheduling department, like who's coming, who's going to be here, PT, OT, speech, who's coming on this day, who's canceling, now they're coming now. Okay, who has to be there to be with my husband, running a business. And I basically also just kind of trying to have a life too, right? It's a lot. So no, I'm not going to run your bake sale. And no, I'm not going to volunteer to run this fundraiser, especially if it's not appreciated. So no is a caregiver language. That just came to me. I like that. Here's what saying no is going to look like in real life, okay? No, I can't commit to that right now. No, that doesn't work for our family. Nothing wrong with standing up and having these boundaries, y'all. Nothing wrong at all. No, I'm protecting my time and energy. No, I won't explain myself further. Just no. I mean, if people are going to be pushy and keep trying to get a yes out of you, no, you don't owe them any explanation. No, my plate is full. No, that's not my responsibility. I use that one on my kids. And no, I am choosing peace this year. And yes, as I said, sometimes that boundary that we use is with our own loved ones, our spouse, our parents, our adult kids who think we always can drop everything, which I mean, come on, I usually do. But I mean, we've got to have boundaries because they're adults too. So boundaries are not mean. Boundaries are kind, being kind to ourselves. And as a caregiver, we have to have boundaries to just keep going, protect ourselves, and keep going without like completely collapsing. So I want y'all to think about this. You do not have to do a deep meditation or journal or light a candle or whatever. If you are a caregiver, you just think of what your word is. But if your word is no, I mean, I'm sharing that word. And I think every caregiver's word needs to be no. So what is your word of the year? Here are some other words other than just, no, because no can sound a little aggressive, right? Especially the way you say it. It doesn't have to, but the way I'm saying it, I guess I am being a little aggressive because it's no. I'm having so much fun saying no because I have always said yes. All right, but maybe your word as a caregiver, here's some good words, okay? Breathe. For the caregiver who has been holding your breath and you have not exhaled in 3 months, if you're a caregiver, y'all know we're waiting for the next fall, the next sickness, the next whatever it may be. And I don't know how to not live that way. When you're caring for someone who's had, and I'll just use my case, 4 strokes and 2 seizures, if he acts weird or something seems off, I'm looking at him like, oh my God, is he having a stroke? Oh my God, is he having a seizure? Oh my God, did he die? I mean, it's horrible to live that way. But when someone is like that, you sort of are trauma bound. But breathe. You got to breathe. Like the good deep breathing from your diaphragm. Do that. Maybe your word is peace, and that is for the one living in constant crisis mode, which I just described. That's, I think, most caregivers. We're in constant crisis mode because we never know when they're going to fall and we're back into the emergency room, hospital, rehab. It's a cycle that just keeps going. Rest. Maybe even if it's 5 minutes in the parking lot with your car running. I do that sometimes. I just sit there, I'll go get a Diet Coke from McDonald's because, hey, McDonald's has the best Diet Coke. They have the best carbonation to soda ratio ever. I will stand by that forever. Sometimes I'll get a Diet Coke and I'll just sit there in the parking lot and I don't even know if I'm thinking. I'm just drinking my Diet Coke and I'm happy. Enough. Because you're enough. Boundaries. That's my big one, y'all. Boundaries. Because your yeses are just running your life. You got to say no. You've got to set boundaries. Hope, because we all need something to hold on to. This caregiver life is the hardest thing ever. But we have to have hope that something better is coming for us, right? Something better. There's something better on the horizon. There is meaning to everything. Even the worst thing we go through in that moment, we're like, what on earth could the meaning of this be? But we have to hold on to our faith and our hope that there is something better on the other side. There's a reason why we're going through this. And joy, finding joy, even in chaos, even when there is screaming and meltdowns and things that you're just like, I don't know if I can make another moment. You go back and you find something funny about it. There's joy in it. There is joy to be found. So y'all pick a word. And again, I'm really talking to my caregivers here. And as I said, a caregiver is defined it doesn't mean that you live in the house and you are dressing the person, feeding them, all that. That is a caregiver. But you're also a caregiver if you are helping your elderly mom or dad or aunt or whoever stay home and you're making sure they're getting their medication and they're getting food and taken to doctor's appointments, or they're in independent living or assisted living and you're going to visit and you're doing all the things. You are a caregiver, my friend. You are a caregiver. So pick a word that supports you, really resonates with you. It protects you and it reminds you who you are outside of just being a caregiver. So write it down. Write it on a Post-it note. Set it as your phone wallpaper. Say it before you answer anything this year. Just take whatever your word is. Let your word just guide the decisions you make and the commitments you take on and the peace that you are working so hard to reclaim? Because 2026, as caregivers, y'all, this is going to be our year of maintaining our peace, our hope, knowing we're enough, our boundaries, and just saying no to things that do not serve us. All right, I'm just going to wrap it up with 2026 is the year of no. For me, is the year of no. It is the year of boundaries. It is the year of protecting my energy like it's gold, because it is. All of us, our energy is like gold. To all of my fellow caregivers, adult children, spouses, sandwich generation warriors, you cannot pour from an empty cup. We hear that all the time. You can't pour from an empty cup. No, you can't. And saying no to all the things that we really don't want to do, but we just can't say no to, we need to have boundaries, because we're going to say no, and that is how we stop pouring ourselves dry. All right, y'all. Send me your word of the year. I truly want to hear them, and I guarantee someone else out there needs to hear them too. So just, you can go on my website, loriwilliams-seniorservices.com, and you can send me a message through there, or you can I'm on Facebook, send me a message on Facebook, tell me what your word is, and I'll post it. I think we all need to share them and stick to them. I mean, we need to all support each other as caregivers. So anyhow, I'm raising an imaginary glass of champagne, and I am toasting everyone. So here's to boundaries, peace, and breathing room in 2026, because we caregivers, we deserve it. Okay, I hope this is a good way to start your 2026. I am really psyched now. I'm really excited about this. Probably many other people are not going to be happy about my word, but now everyone knows it's out there. No. All right. We'll talk to y'all next week. Share the podcast with all your friends and family, and be sure to subscribe and go figure out your word for 2026. Bye.